everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna do a quick get ready with me. I've had some questions asked by you guys, and I thought, you know what better time? I had a few items I received from subscribers here. I can't wait to try them, so let's get busy. First off, let's start with our shout out. Today's shout out goes to Crystal, and Crystal, please forgive me if I butcher your last name. I'll try my best. Amaskua? Tell me if I got that right. That's a tricky last name. Anyways, honey, thank you so much for all of your beautiful comments. You comment on every video, you comment on my Instagram post. You left me a treasured one there that I'll never forget. So thank you so very much, sweetheart, for all of your support and all of your positive comments. It means the world to me. I love you. Okay, so let's get down to this. You may notice my face here is already done. I just recorded a video where I shaved half my face and applied full makeup to see if you could tell a difference. So if my face looks a little uneven, that's why. Now, I received a couple really nice things in the mail. I have received some PR from a couple companies, so please let me know if you guys are interested in seeing PR items that I've received, because I love to use them. I mean, I've received some stuff from Natasha, Denona. I've received a couple, a beautiful package from Lit Cosmetics. So if you're interested in seeing those, please do let me know. To start with, I don't know if you guys remember the Sephora haul I did where I was so excited to get the MakeupForever Star Palette. And when I opened it, it was trashed. And several of you pointed out that there was a tester sticker on the back of the palette, and I hadn't noticed that. So I was incredibly disappointed. As a matter of fact, it reminds me, Sephora still hasn't refunded me for that. But anyways, I couldn't find the palette. It was sold out, and I was so bummed out. One of my lovely subscribers sent this to my P.O. box. Parker, thank you so much. You have no idea what a treat this was to see this. Wow. So here she is. This is what it should look like, folks. Look at that. Isn't she pretty? Look at that. Oh, this is a treat. Thank you so very much. Your kindness, that just, I was bowled over it. You know, I don't ever ask for people to send me things. I do have a P.O. box if you guys ever want to write me or anything, you know, I mean, send me a letter, I'll write you back. My P.O. box is always in every video in the description box down at the bottom where it says, I think it says mail something to me. Anyways, but I'm not asking for anybody to send me products. I'm just saying, if you want to write me, please do. And then another wonderful subscriber I received, this is from Jessica. So thank you very much, Jessica. This was very kind of you. I'm really excited to try this in particular because I have never tried anything from KKW Beauty. And she sent me the, what is this? Oh, look at that. So this is a cream liquid lipstick collection, it looks like. Pretty colors there. Looks like all nude colors. And then an eyeshadow palette. So I'm not sure. It just says eyeshadow palette. It doesn't say a color or anything. So let's take a peek at it. What is it? Boy, this packaging is so hard to read because it's all in light. Look at that. It's all in like light tan with white coloring. Oh, that's pretty. Look at that. So it looks like a neutral palette. Very pretty. So I figured today what I do is let's create a look using both of these in homage to my subscribers and the lips. What do you say? And while I'm getting ready and doing this, I can answer a few questions I've received from you guys. Sounds like fun to me. Now my lids are already prepped, so let's open this up and see what I want to do with her. I'm going to put some more of my Clarins oil on my lips real quick here, just since this is a liquid lipstick. I love this. They're so nourishing. Okay, let's see here. The colors are all on the back. Good Lord. Well, I'm just going to show you the color because I have no clue which direction. So I'm going to start with this lightest one here. And let's see. Oh, there's a lot of kick up on these. Have to be gentle. Let's see how this applies. So, while I'm doing this, I figure I might as well answer a few of your questions. And if you guys ever have any questions for me, feel free to leave them in the comments down below or tweet me, whatever. I mean, I'm all game with, you know, you guys getting to know me better. So feel free to ask me questions. I know I have received a lot of questions recently because the last several videos I've posted, I've had noticeable activity going on in the background, meaning knocks and growls and clicks and all kinds of stuff. And I've had several people ask me, do I have paranormal activity going on in my house and does it frighten me? And the answer is yes, I do have paranormal activity going on in my house. But to be honest with you, it does not frighten me because I've had paranormal activity going on around me since I was probably 5, 6, 7 years old. I mean, it's just something, my earliest memory that, you know, my imaginary friends, if you will, people that were around me were people I really saw. So, hang on here. Let's switch brushes to a Morphe E17. I'm going to go into the color right next to it, which is kind of a, I don't even know how to describe it, a cool tone brown. Anyways, I've just had activity going on around me, like I said, since I was young. It's never been anything malicious, and I truly believe that it's the best way I can say this. You know, there's a lot of people out there that will think you're crazy when you talk about paranormal things, when you talk about spirits and such, but I have no doubt I have a guardian angel that is with me, and if you guys only knew, it is more common than you think. You don't have to be, you know, somebody special to, I truly believe that everyone has a guardian, and it just depends on whether or not you're open to those things to pick up on them. And I think that, you know, it's my belief that when we're young, meaning, you know, newborn and such, and very, very young, we're all born with the ability to see into the spiritual realm. I truly believe that. And I think it's what happens is that after, you know, when we start aging and getting more, not jaded, but you know what I mean. You start getting more closed off to things. Then I think that area of the brain kind of just goes silent, if you will. These are blending really nice, really pretty. Okay, I think next I'm going to go into this brown here and try and same brush. Anyway, so, but I have always had activity around me. It doesn't matter what house I've been in, I've always had activity, and that is because I believe that it's not, you know, the home that, you know, if you go into several different homes and you have activity in each home, it's not the home, it's you. You're the one that's bringing that, you know, you're the one that has either an attachment, which can be very malicious. There are people who have, you know, very, very malicious attachments. Those can happen because of a variety of reasons. They can happen because possibly, as an example, you've played with a Ouija board. You know, a lot of people think, oh, they're just, you know, they're not real. There's nothing real about it. I beg to differ. I have no doubt whatsoever that they are not only incredibly real, but that, you know, you're opening up, what's the best way I can explain it? Think of the fact that, you know, when you're messing with something like that, you're opening up a gateway. You're opening up communication with a realm that you don't know who's going to answer. You're just dialing a blank number that you have no clue, and you have no clue who's going to answer that phone on the other end. It could be somebody who truly wishes to communicate with you, that sees that as an opportunity, say a past family member or what have you. But from what I've seen in a lot of situations of hauntings that are malicious, it's been because of the fact that they've been messing with Ouija boards. So all I can advise you guys out there who are thinking about using them, or maybe see them sold, I can't believe they're sold in toy stores, to be honest with you. I think it's absolutely criminal that they're sold in a toy store as a toy. I would not let my children mess with them. If you're a parent, I would not mess with them yourself if you're an adult. And, you know, I've seen a lot of, you know, I really stay in touch with kind of what's going on in the paranormal community, if you will. And on YouTube in particular, all of a sudden I'm seeing a rash of people posting videos where they're messing with Ouija boards and they're opening Dybbuk boxes. For those of you that don't know what in the world I'm talking about when I say Dybbuk boxes, if you're, you know, involved in the paranormal community, you probably know what they are, or if you're Jewish, you probably know what a Dybbuk is. But let's just say that when something is attached to items that are locked in a box and then sealed with layers of wax, to not only warn others to not open it, but to keep all avenues of escape sealed, that is not something you should be opening. And I have watched, I can't count how many videos lately. It seems to be the in thing and the cool thing to purchase so-called Dybbuk boxes and open them. And I think people are crazy doing that because, first off, you never know when you're ordering one of these off of, you know, eBay or what have you. You never know if you're getting a real one. I mean, obviously people will say, you know, things are all kinds of things and sell them just to make money. But my concern is for people that truly do get a real one, that has a malevolent spirit attached to it. Are they always demons? Not necessarily. You know, if you look up the history of Dybbuk boxes, and again, it is based on Jewish religion, basically it's a means of trapping a malevolent spirit, a spirit that seeks to attach to you and do harm. And a lot of times, you know, when, let's say somebody opens a Dybbuk box, I'm going to continue on with this darkest shade right here. Let's say somebody opens one and, you know, they're like, how do I get rid of it? Well, that's the thing with Dybbuks, is that they kind of stay around until they're, you know, until they've done what they want to do with you before they'll leave, if at all. Wow, these are very pigmented. I'm really impressed with how they're blending and how pigmented they are. Okay, I'm going to take out one of my favorites, which is the Viseart Contour Eyeshadow 4. And hopefully this will help me get a little deeper in my crease with this dark color. Anyway, so, you know, I just think it's absolutely insane that I'm seeing people do this. And on YouTube, no less. I mean, what a way to set a poor example. Is to, you know, I see these people that call themselves paranormal investigators and they're opening Dybbuk boxes and, you know, using Ouija boards and stuff, and no, And just remember this, if you're ever, you know, you see these ghost shows, and that I think, unfortunately, you know, it's done some good in that it's opened up people's eyes to the fact that communication's going on with different dimensions of those that have passed, that, you know, it is possible to communicate. But at the same time, I think it has fueled a rash of people doing really careless things. And that concerns me because, you know, when you do stuff like this, you could end up with something in your house around your family that you don't want anywhere near you. And it's just dangerous. It can be very, very dangerous. You know, people don't realize until they end up in a situation where they have a malevolent spirit. And when I say malevolent spirit, the reason I'm talking about that specifically is because malevolent spirits are out to do you harm, period, plain and simple. They will do whatever they can to disrupt your life. As I'm talking about it, you hear that? I don't know if you guys can pick up on the scratching noise. Anyways, they will do, you know, whatever they can to cause disruption in your life. And, you know, malevolent spirits get off on causing torture and chaos. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't want that in my house. There's no way. I'm going to switch real quick here to a Morphe E37, and I'm still with that darkest shade. There are some times that you can end up with a malevolent spirit in your home to no fault of your own. It could be that for a variety of reasons. One, you could move into a home that already has a spirit there. Maybe somebody passed away in the home. Possibly there was some kind of tragedy that occurred in the home. Possibly there was somebody who lived in the home that practiced the dark arts. You never know. So you could end up, by no fault of your own, you know, in a situation where you have to deal with that. And then there are other situations where people intentionally seek to attach, there's a lot of fallout with this shade, seek to attach a malevolent spirit to somebody intentionally for the purpose of causing them harm. And, you know, there are people out there who practice witchcraft, the dark side of it, not the light. And maybe they've got somebody who harmed them, or they feel harmed them in some way, and they want to get back at them. Or maybe they've been hired by somebody. And believe it or not, this stuff really goes on, you guys. I mean, it's very real. And, you know, it can wreak a lot of havoc in people's lives. And that's why I say, you know, how important it is to not mess with things like these Ouija boards and Dybbuk boxes and all this kind of stuff. It's just absolutely beyond me that people are doing this on YouTube, especially. I just don't get it. I really don't. So anyways, long story short though, I mean, I know I could go on and on and on about this. Since I was very young, I've had the ability, if you want to call it that, to especially feel things. I'm incredibly empathetic. A lot of people you know, call somebody like me an empath, or an empath, however you want to pronounce it, because I can, as an example, I can walk into a home and, or building or whatever, you know, and I can feel if there is something there. And I can feel the intentions of what's there as well. Okay. And I also have always had very strong precog abilities, meaning seeing what's coming for, you know, someone, something, what have you. So that combined with, I guess you'd just call me a sensitive. I am highly attuned to the spirit realm, very connected. I don't know why. I do know that it intensified when I had my near-death experience. If you haven't watched that, I do have it on my channel. I think it's called My Experience with Domestic Violence. It was actually inspired by, you know, I thought about talking about it before, but Marlena from Makeup Geek, she did something for domestic violence and posted a video about it, and that inspired me. I talk about it in that video. But anyways, after that experience, after my near-death experience and what I went through with that, it seemed that it very much intensified. And when I went, I didn't talk about everything around my experience there. My mom was there, and I died. And when it was the strangest thing, because I didn't know that I didn't know that my heart had stopped beating. But I was actually in the corner, up in the corner of the room, and I was watching what was going on. I was watching what they were doing. I saw the doctors and nurses rush in. I saw my mom go into a full-blown panic, so I knew obviously something was wrong. But I felt no sense of fear. I felt no sense of panic or, oh my God, or, you know, anything you'd think you would, you know, feel seeing something like that. You know, if I was standing watching that happen to somebody, I'd go through that gamut of emotions. But standing there watching it happen to myself, I didn't. The best thing I can describe to you is I felt insulated. I felt at peace. But anyways, afterwards, when they were able to get my heart started again, after that experience though, when I came to and was able to communicate, I remember telling the nurse about this experience I had because it was so vivid in my mind. And she kind of blew me off, and, you know, I told my mom, and she was just focused on other things. Yeah, let me get started here. I'm going to swatch some of these. Anyways, and I think it was my mom finally gorgeous, who finally stopped long enough, you know, to actually listen to what I was saying. Oh my God. I'm swatching the Star Palette real quick so I figure out which color I want to use. Oh, I'm so blessed to have this. Oh my God. Anyways, I think it was her who finally like went, oh, and took a second to listen to me. And if I remember after that, then she called the nurse in and told the nurse, you know, you need to listen to what she's saying. She's got something to tell you. God, these are gorgeous. This does no justice, that I can assure you. This does no justice. These are absolutely incredible. Oh, which color do I want to use though? Oh God. Hang on here. I gotta figure this out real quick. I think I'm just gonna keep with the brown, even though these are all so incredibly beautiful. I'm gonna go for this middle one. Anyways, if I remember correctly though, she had the nurse come in. I talked to the nurse and told the nurse, you know, everything that I'd seen. And when there must have been something that I relayed to her that really, really like hit home, because, oh boy, the fallout is real. Because all of a sudden she asked me to stop, told me she'd be right back, and literally ran out of the room. And sure enough, she came back, but she came back with the doctor, one of the doctors, I should say, that was there at the time. Oh, the fallout is so real. But it goes away easy. Oh my God, you guys, that's so beautiful. I'm in heaven. Maybe the wrong analogy right now. Anyways, and so then she asked me to repeat, start from the beginning again. Needless to say, after I repeated everything to the doctor and then continued with the story because I hadn't finished when the nurse was in there, he asked me, oh boy, I'm getting serious. Sorry, the sun is going down. Let me shut my curtain real quick because I can't see anything. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry for the change in lighting there, you guys, but I was being blinded by the sun going down there. Anyway, so now this is, I just went through this whole experience, mind you. I should have used a base on this because every time with my hooded eyes, it's transferring. We all learn, sometimes the hard way. So after I recounted this story to him, to the one of the doctors that had been in there, he basically responded the same way the nurse did and said, hold on a moment, I'll be right back. And hang on here, I'm going to put this kind of peachy, oh my God, you guys, I'm going to put this little bit on here too. Right in the center. Oh, these are so gorgeous. Makeup Forever, why did you quit making this? Oh my God. But I definitely should have used a base, damn it. So he was gone for probably, if I remember, 10 or 15 minutes. I mean, he seemed like he was gone quite a while. When he came back, he had the entire team, from what I could see, he had the entire team that was there helping to resuscitate me. They were all there, and there were a couple other people I hadn't seen before. It turns out that, and he had me go through and recount the entire story again, and yada yada yada. Turns out that basically what I told them that they were doing and that what they were saying, that's what really got their attention, is I told them what they were saying and what they were doing to me. And the doctor at the time, when, I talked to him about it afterwards, after I'd recovered a little bit, he said, there's just no possible way you could have known any of that. You were clinically dead. And so I'm taking a little of the white too. I just can't stop because these are so incredible. Oh my God. Anyways, he said that there was no possible way that I could have known what I recounted because, like I said, I was clinically dead. And the whole time I was in the hospital, which was quite a while, he had several more people come and talk to me and stuff like that. And now, of course, it's a lot more accepted that people have near-death experiences and not only have them, but retain memory from them like I did. And of course, this happened to me back in the early 90s. Yeah, God. So, long story short, it seemed after that happened, I noticed that everything seemed to be much more intense, as if it hadn't been enough already. I'm going to swatch these lippies real quick before I finish my eyes. And let's see which color I can wear. So there are the 4 colors in this collection. Pretty. I think I'm going to go with Kimmy. Okay, I'm going to take, maybe, let's try, this is Charlotte Tilbury's lip sheet and I think nude, iconic nude. Yeah, let's try this one. If I need a little more pink, I can take out Pillow Talk. I'll tell you what really bothers me with, beyond what I talked about earlier with all the people opening Dybbuk boxes and stuff. Okay, I'm going with Kimmy here. Is people that take advantage of people that are hurting Oh, that's pretty. You know, that maybe have lost a family member. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? Yeah, that's a really pretty color. I can wear that. That's nice. I wonder, do these dry down? Are these liquid matte? They say cream liquid lipsticks, so maybe they're not liquid matte. We'll have to wait and see. It doesn't say. It doesn't feel like a liquid matte. It feels like a true cream or creme lipstick. Okay, let's get some lashes going here. But you know, that really bothers me that, you know, there's a lot of people out there, sadly, that take advantage of people's pain, and it's just wrong, you know, because how do you prove whether somebody has true ability? You know, you have to trust what they're saying and have faith, and there's a lot of people out there that don't have any ability, but they say they do to take advantage of people, to make money off people. You know, like for instance, when I offer to help somebody, I don't ever charge somebody to help them. I'm going to use this little hourglass. This is the Caution mascara. I have a little demo here. I want to try this. Oh my gosh, it's so small. But you know, I mean, if somebody wanted to talk to me as an example because they were having difficulties and they want to know whether or not, sorry, it's hard to talk and do this, and they want to know whether or not they, you know, what direction they should go, or if they possibly have an attachment or something like that, I would never charge them to do that. People that truly care about helping don't. You know, it's one thing if you're, you know, you want to bring somebody out like Chip Coffee or something like that, and because you're really having a problem, and you know, I mean, he's got expenses to cover to get out here and stuff like that. You know, that's one thing, but I don't know. I just think there's a lot of people that are taking advantage of people that are in crisis, that have, you know, and I just think it's wrong. So the question is if you're having things going on in your life and you think there's, you know, a possible spiritual connection to it, how do you know? Well, one of the things is this, and I'll tell you right now, that when I go in first to meet with somebody, to, you know, go to their house or what have you, I don't ask them questions. Period. I don't ask them anything. I don't want anything, you know, somebody that truly has abilities doesn't need to ask questions, because they'll just go into an environment and they can feel that environment. You know, when I walk into a room, let's say, that is, that's had a lot of love and life and laughter happen, and then I feel warm, I feel comforted, I feel secure, I feel comforted, you know. Whereas if I walk into a room where there's been tragedy or there's a malevolent spirit, the hair stands up on my neck, stands up on my back. I have a difficulty swallowing. I mean, there's a lot of physical, there's a big difference. So, but no, somebody shouldn't be asking you questions. If they're asking you questions, it's because, you know, that's the most common trick in the book, is ask questions. And a good interviewer, somebody that's good at interviewing, good at manipulating, good at acting, they can ask you just a few questions and they can know a lot. I could do it, no question. I could ask you just a few questions and know enough to give you a reading. Yeah, so I would say that that's one of my biggest warning signs I would tell people, is that somebody that truly has a spiritual connection doesn't need to ask you questions. You should be asking them questions. Anyways, so I like this mascara. Today I am not going to put on any falsies. I just wanted to do a quick look with these palettes because I was very honored that, first off, I wanted to try both of them because I've never tried either of them. And secondly, I was very, very blessed to have amazing subscribers that sent these to me. So I wanted to create a look a subscriber look. And homage to you guys. And what better time to answer a few questions. Now, I have had a couple of you ask also, because I mentioned a while back starting another channel where, because I do get a lot of people asking me questions, and I don't mind. I love it. If there's any way, you know, I can do something, and they're not always spiritual questions. You know, I get a lot of people just asking me questions about life and, you know, how to overcome problems and such like that. I'm kind of I've been nicknamed by a couple of you the mama of YouTube, which I thought was really sweet. Anyways, so, you know, rather than, since this channel is primarily focused on beauty, or is focused on beauty, I don't want to change that. You know, it's one thing to do a little Q&A or, you know, learn about me when I'm getting ready. But I don't want to change the focus of this channel away from beauty. So I have set up another channel that I think it's, what did I name it? Ask Shelbie, I think, or something like that. I haven't posted the first video on it yet, so you guys won't be able to find it. But what I'm going to do is I am still going to do that. I just, you know, with being as sick as I was and really working on getting better, I just haven't had time to post on this one, let alone get that one going. But I promise you, you guys, I am going to be doing it. And I will, once I get that started and going and the first video posted, then I will have many different ways you guys can contact me, whether you want to contact me confidentially or you want to ask an open question on the channel. And that's basically what I'm going to have that channel for, is just, you know, I think I am really good at giving advice. I don't necessarily have to personally know you to be able to connect with you. You don't have to be in front of me for me to connect with you. I know that may sound hunky-dory, but it is the way it is. I am that tuned in to people and their energy and the vibes they put off. And I mean, just reading people's comments, I can get tuned in with them. I'm not going to give professional advice. I'm not a professional counselor. I'm just going to have a channel, a separate channel that I can have available if people want to ask questions about life. It doesn't matter whether you want to talk about relationship issues, you want to talk about sex, you want to talk about sexuality, you want to talk about jobs and careers. Nothing will be off the board. Whatever you ask me, I will answer. So that is coming, I promise you guys. Anyway, so let's finish this off though. I'm telling you, next time, the only thing I would do different is before I apply, and I knew it, I should have done, I knew it, you know, I know better, but I was so busy blabbing, I wasn't paying attention. But the next time I use the Star Palette, I'm just trying to kind of brush some of them off, I would use a glitter glue, because it definitely it's transferred all up in here. But it doesn't matter because it's beautiful anyways. Look at that. Oh, it's so beautiful. And that the KKW, it really, except for right there that got messed up somehow. How'd that happen? These blended beautifully and they're beautifully pigmented. She has a purple palette that I'd like to get because I love purples. And I just recently saw Kylie Cosmetics. That's another brand I haven't ever tried. She's coming out with a Valentine's Day collection. And I'm telling you, I haven't seen a Kylie palette yet that I've just been like, I have to have. That Valentine's Day palette that I've seen that she's coming out with, I have to have it. It's gorgeous. It's all purples and pinks, which you guys know are my favorite colors. So I definitely want to get that and create a look with it. But anyway, so that is my subscriber look. What do you think? I don't know why in the world MakeupForever stopped manufacturing this palette, because hands down these have the most gorgeous shadows in them I've ever seen in my entire life. They are absolutely stunning. Anyways, I want to send out a big, huge thank you to Jessica for sending me the lip kit and the palette of a brand I've never tried before. So thank you very much, honey. And to Parker for sending me this beauty because I'm telling you, I was brokenhearted when that other one was all messed up, because there was no way I was putting my fingers to my eyes with a tester palette. It just wasn't ever going to happen, no matter how much I wanted it. So thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate it, and I will treasure these items, and I will continue to use them. And each time I use them, I'll think about you guys. Thank you. Love you. And I love this lipstick, because you know what? It is not a liquid matte. And that makes me so happy. You guys have no idea. I think it's pretty. No eyelashes, nothing fancy. Just basic Shelbie with a little snazzy zazzy. Anyways, that's it for now, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Wherever you're at in the world, I hope life is treating you well. And remember, if you're having struggles, beat the bitches back and persevere. Don't ever give in. Don't ever give up. Don't ever let anyone tell you no. I love you guys. And please, when you're out in the world, treat those you encounter with love and respect, because they, like you, have feelings and can be hurt too. Until next time, take care. I love you. Bye. Meow.